Canadian Derby and the BC Derby. And she has returned to Reade's barn, and you have seen her, haven't you, Janis?
First of all, I'd like to say thanks to everyone for inviting me for this evening. It's always wonderful to be here, and thank you.
It's nice to have you.
Okay, so Academic, yes, she's a fabulous, docile-looking filly. I remember when she came back, she vanned back from Vancouver, and I went out rushing up to the barn to take a picture of her to throw it up on Facebook. How many people follow us on Facebook? How are you doing? You see? Okay, so like that was my priority. Go get a picture. She's back. Isn't it great? And I took a look at her. She was standing in the middle of the stall, and she was like sound asleep. Her eyes were like shut. And she was like, and I walked right by her, and I said to the groom, "Where is she?" He said, "She's over there in the stall." And I didn't even recognize her. She was just so tired. And by the next morning, she was her old self again. And I took a picture of her galloping out on the racetrack. She was like, "Oh, I'm back. Yeah, it's okay now." But she knows how to take herself, you know, not like us who will work 12-hour, 14-hour days. She'll just say, "Okay, time for sleep." Yeah,
and Academic is going to race, I guess, well, once more, certainly just once more locally in the Maple Leaf Stakes. And I would think that a win there would certainly secure her Horse of the Year. We already know she's champion 3-year-old filly, that's for sure.
I think she's done enough, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely
For the
Woodbine Oaks and 2 big races out west against the boys. Not an easy thing to ship all the way out there and run on those smaller tracks. And her last race, the BC Derby, if you haven't seen that race, you must watch a replay of that because it didn't look like she had any chance of winning, and she came back on and won. And I mean, I've only seen about 5 races this year. One was a standardbred race. 5 races this year that I thought there was no way that horse should have won that race, just with pure guts, and that was Academic winning the BC Derby.
We'll have our time.
Well, she continues to surprise us all the time because she's the type of filly that it, can be a trainer's greatest joy and the trainer's greatest nightmare because she's so full of herself. I remember the first time we started her this year, she got scratched at the gate. Just very, hyper and wants her own way. And so the guys at the barn took her back to the paddock and scolded her and gate schooled again and just got her to calm down and relax. That it's not so scary. And then I think after the Oaks, just before the Oaks, she got frightened by something on the road and she just reared up and dropped the rider, and the rider went to the hospital and she just went back to the barn. She's fine. She's like shaking it off. And then when she went out west, the same thing. She dropped the rider and just said, "This is fun." Oh, but it's scary for the trainers. Yeah. But she's in great shape, and it's just one of her personality quirks.
Now, for a lot of people, everybody's getting their things packed up and getting ready to head south, but you guys still have lots of horses to race, obviously. And the entries came out today for the Breeders' Cup, and Sharp Sensation is entered in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, which is on the Saturday, and that's the $1 million 6.5 furlongs on the grass. So that will be, now at least 6.5 on the grass. That's just one turn though at Keeneland, right, on the grass. Okay. Sharp Sensation, I mean, an interesting career for that horse. He has to go to a lot of different places to race, doesn't he? I mean, because there's not a lot of sprint races.
Exactly, he's very fast, but you can't be fast for a long time.
Right,
so
right.
You kind of like wear yourself out, but that's his game and he loves it. He's done very well doing that, and he's done it at Keeneland, so they're going to give him an opportunity to do it for a lot of money.
That's great. Nice to see Reade back at the Breeders' Cup, and you have fond memories of Breeders' Cups. You've been to many of them. And for sure, I know there's at least one that you have fond memories of. Fatal Bullet ran there. And that was in California?
Oh yes, that was when he was second to Midnight Loot.
Fatal Bullet, second to Midnight Loot. 107. Fatal Bullet ran the race of his life and finished second. The horse ran freakishly fast, but
I remember when the owner of Fatal Bullet went to breed a mare to Midnight Loot, and the guy refused him at first, and he said, "What? you beat me up at the Breeders' Cup and now you have to let me breed him. That's where you let him breed.
And Fatal Bullet is now a pony.
Well, yeah, he is actually just a retired horse who we bring him in the summer for a couple of months to, give our regular pony a bit of a break. But he just has taken to it so easily. Not all, thoroughbreds can come back to the racetrack and be relaxed and, just sort of watch from afar. And, maybe the weight of Leroy helps, but no, he's doing everything well. We love him to death. So we've retired him. Reade took him and is just going to let him live his life out as a horse.
And so you guys go to Florida. Are you sending horses to Florida for the winter?
Definitely. We have to be in Florida because once it goes below 85, Reade's not really a happy camper. So.
Below 85?
Yeah, he likes the hot temperatures. So December 1st, we'll open the barn there, and we'll have.
And that's at Palm Beach Downs?
Yeah, we've been at Palm Beach Downs the last couple of seasons, and Todd Fletcher takes over most of the barns. It's a great facility and very horse friendly. The surface is really good, and we're happy to be able to be there. Don't do a lot of racing there, but like the horse Breaking Lucky, who won the Prince of Wales, he trained there all last winter, and Sweet Little Shoe was there. She's running on Friday here in a turf race. So we take about a dozen horses, and those that are needing to be doing some training during the winter. So.
And Breaking Lucky is whereabouts these days? Is he still here?
No, he actually went home about a week ago, back to Kentucky to have a little break on the farm. And, it was a decision that the owners and Reade made together to give him a little bit of a rest. He's had a good campaign this year, and he'll meet us up in Florida. Along with, we'll take a couple for Zayat. Zayat Stables gave us a couple of 2-year-olds this year, so they'll be there with us as well.
So American Pharoah's owner has sent 2-year-olds back to Reade. If you were going to go back several years, Reade won the Princess Elizabeth with Mrs. Bagan for the Zayat Stables, and now they have horses for the Zayat Stables again. So those will be horses to watch for certainly when they appear in the entries. And Reade is currently in Kentucky doing some shopping. That sale right now, the October sale, is one of the fastest growing sales. Horses come out of there the sale used to be like 60 or 80 horses. Now it's like 700. And there's a lot of Canadians down there I've noticed buying and selling, and the Canadian bred topped the sale yesterday. I think another one sold well today, so he's busy down there.
Yes, he actually likes that sale, and we have a couple of guys in partnership that he's every year picking up a couple of horses for, and he wants to do a little more of that. He wants to, just be able to have, 2 or 3 partners and build that sort of side of things. We've done that in the past, and it gives him an opportunity to do what he really loves, which is buying horses and checking out the pedigrees. And, some of our clients do it on their own, or they have, a higher budget, and so they do that, and then we get some horses in the spring, and that's always good too. But he does enjoy the pedigree side and buying.
And if you notice, this is the time of year too, I'm just looking at the results here, that Glen Secura just claimed the horse out of the previous race for low claiming, and there's been other claims. This is the time of season where people are actually claiming mares for a low amount of money to breed them next year. So it's quite interesting. I mean, this is the time where people are thinking about who they're going to breed their mares to, or do I have mares? November Keeneland is coming up, and let's get ready for next season. And of course in Ontario, with our foal crop being in the 300s right now, we're going to need more. So we're going to need people to go shopping. So Reade needs to bring back at least 50 horses.
Yes, hopefully his clients will bring us 50 horses.
Well, that's good. Are there any questions for our panel tonight? Oh wait, they're all gone. Janis or I? Emma Jane has sent her condolences. She had to sign, she's in the middle of signing 1,500 posters for a charity at the moment. and cannot, and she had some time between races, but she has to use that time to sign the posters, so she can't get away tonight, but she does say hello.
Some kind of a fundraiser this weekend. If you're around, maybe you want to pop over and get one of those posters.
Yeah, I don't know what it's for, but she is signing a lot of posters.